General nerdery.
All right, Zach, you might have been sitting there thinking about what to start with, but I got it this time.
Thank God, because my stuff was terrible.
Because there's something I hope this doesn't infect you with this as well.
Oh, no.
But it's something I had to bring up because it's tangential to something we talked about on the pod. After you mentioned the Warriors last time, went and listened to it, of course. Was thinking about Lynn, re-listened to a little bit of Hamilton. But I ran into, because at work, like we work with like health food and stuff, so there's all sorts of stuff with stupid health-focused names.
Yes.
And it made me think of the episode of I Love Lucy where she's selling Vitamita Vegemin.
Okay.
And I had the unfortunate realization that Vitamita Vegemin has the same amount of syllables as Alexander Hamilton.
Vitamita Vegemin. Troops waiting in the sun.
And that's the exact part that has been stuck in my head for the past week and a half.
It's our 5 right now. Oh, Vitamita Vegemin.
Yep.
Oh, that's... God damn it, Tyler. That's really good.
This doesn't help the listener because we're living in the past, but I just saw that the Warriors are streaming on Paramount Plus right now.
Yes.
Ooh, good. I've been meaning to watch that.
I almost watched it like 5 times and then watched other things.
Welcome to General Nerdery, your podcast about liking things. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
Steven.
Hi, I'm Steven.
That's Steven. We are here today to finally, but also tragically, but also finally finish Farscape with the Peacekeeper Wars.
Yes, it's exactly that. It's that, like, fuck, we're done talking about Farscape, but also, fuck, we're done talking about Farscape.
It is, anytime we do one of these, a whole watch through a whole show, like, I'm kind of sad because I tend to love the show. I had the exact same thing when we did Res Dogs, but then also, like, holy shit, we have new things to talk about.
We can move on to another long series after a while.
Yeah, give us a couple. But before that, I guess, what have we been ingesting? But even before that, we're recording this on November the 11th, which makes it 6 days after the 2024 election. So from what I can tell, just fair warning in advance, we've all been kind of bummed out and watching comfort shows.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so I have rewatched all of Shoresy about 4 more times.
I started Shoresy and am midway through after hearing that was an option. And I was like, oh yeah, Shoresy.
Definitely watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I started playing Breath of the Wild again.
Stardew Valley. There's a new expansion. It's pretty fucking great. But also, I just started a new map, so it's
Cece's
hard to tell.
gotten really into Stardew Valley.
You know, somehow I did fit in a few new things on top of 4 rewatch throughs of Shoresy.
Sure. Okay, you're a madman. I do have some new stuff too. I just definitely was like...
Well, I usually start this anyway, so like I did mention I have now also listened to the Warriors, and it is fantastic.
It's really good. I've listened to it several more times.
It's all really good. The one failing for me so far is that, for me at least, it starts on its best note.
Oh, 100%. The opening song is the best song of it. That said, I fucking love the bit with the orphans.
Orphantown is so fucking
Orphantown
funny.
is so good.
Orphantown is...
It's catchy. It's, like, well written. It ends with the words, oh shit, they've got a Molotov, everyone run.
I still haven't listened to this, and I need to.
I'm not really spoiling too much there.
No.
They have a Molotov.
And, oh my god, even musically, it's funny, because the orphans are the ska-inspired musical bit.
Oh, well, they're my favorite now.
That actually does explain why I find that as catchy and charming as I do.
Because ska is incredible.
Ska, there's one that's, they've got a K-pop gang.
Oh, this is fucking, you guys are selling me a lot more than you have yet now.
Even the kind of, like, nu metal, screamer metal guy that's...
Yeah,
and I don't usually like that kind of music. It was catchy enough to keep me going.
Nice.
I can't even think of the character's name.
The one that kills Cyrus.
Yeah. Starts with an L? I don't fucking remember.
We did not plan this out.
Oh, you know what? I bet.
He's like one of
I
the
bet
main
I kind of have it
characters.
like right here. Luther.
That's it.
Luther. Yeah, fucking no. I've listened to that a number of times as well now. That first track blows me the fuck away though.
Well, and you actually know hip hop, so I know that more of it kicked in for you because it has a lot of big name hip hop artists.
Yo, yeah. So no, that's the cool thing, and I need to nerd out on this for a second because like, it fucking the most genius bar in that entire album is in that first song. First off, the concept is awesome because at one point Lynn has the different boroughs of New York being rapped as from famous rappers from those boroughs.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, real quick, his co-creator in this one is a woman
Yes.
named Eliza Davis, and she 100% should be getting credit on this.
Absolutely.
As well. But everyone's been, and including me, have been like, "Oh, Lin-Manuel Miranda made this." No, Lin-Manuel Miranda and Eliza Davis have made this.
Although in this case, I do know that he wrote Nas's part.
Sure, I just
Partially because at first, yeah. Who is all on that track?
I
Sorry.
do know it's a bunch of rappers that are infamous for not letting anyone else write any of their stuff, so they had a really hard time rapping someone else's verses.
That's very fucking funny.
They're like, no, it's fine. You're not playing yourself. Like, we base it off your style, but you're not actually,
You.
yeah.
Like I said, so there's different famous rappers rapping as the boroughs that they're from. Chris Rivers, Chris is a rapper himself, although unfortunately he's more famous for being the son of Big Pun. But he raps as the Bronx. Busta Rhymes is Brooklyn. Cameron is Manhattan. Ghostface Killah and the RZA as Staten Island from Wu-Tang. And Nas is Queens. And the part that blew me away was the Nas verse. First off, getting Nas on the track is one of the biggest things on the album.
That's an incredible pull. What little I know of hip hop, that's an incredible pull.
But there was one bar that stood out to me. It was because you could do 99 things right, meet the wrong cop at night, and it's brat on sight. And it stood out, and this is where I get to nerd out, like hip hop wise, a little bit, because someone else putting the number 99 in Nas's mouth is a little bit weird. The thing that really helped blow Nas up. Now, he was kind of big from the get-go. His debut album, Illmatic, is still pretty revered. It's an amazing, especially debut album, but just an amazing hip-hop album in general. But right around that time period was also when Biggie was getting big.
Okay.
Biggie proclaimed himself the king of New York pretty loudly.
Okay.
There was two other rappers that were on the huge come up right underneath Biggie, and it was Nas and Jay-Z. Now Nas actually did start taking shots at Biggie because he wanted to be king of New York. But because of what all happened with Biggie's other beefs,
the note. In fairness, Biggie's part of that beef was mostly like, what is happening right now?
and suddenly the world is without Biggie, it suddenly became Nas and Jay-Z were battling for who became king of New York.
Okay.
And at first it was kind of just battling in the way of who's going to become bigger. But they ended up having an actual feud. They had beef. There was tracks released back and forth. The most notable being The Takeover from Jay-Z and Ether from Nas.
I'm resisting making who will be bigger. In the case of Biggie, that's a literal physical. He was a big old, but no judgment.
No,
he
yeah.
was a big guy.
He's a big guy, so that's a hard thing to be bigger than Biggie, both figuratively and literally.
That track, that feud is legendary. It is almost for certain rated in the top 3 biggest beefs in hip-hop history. A lot of people try to put it at number 1, but then you kind of have to remind them how Tupac Biggie ended up.
Both of them dead?
So, it's hard to put Jay-Z Nas at number one when that happened. But it led to the fact, like, there was a verb in the community. You could get ethered on a track if you got beat by a track that bad.
Yikes.
That being said, it's then ballsy. They have squashed the beef over the years. They've actually worked together a number of times, but are definitely most famous for having that beef back and forth that helped blow up both of their careers in a much bigger way than they would have normally before that. So putting 99 in Nas's mouth is a big deal because Jay-Z's biggest commercial hit is 99 Problems.
But okay, yeah.
Now but here's the neat part, and where it gets to be just genius songwriting and a genius flip, is in the actual narrative of the song 99 Problems. The 99 problems he's talking about is that he's riding dirty. He's got 99 kilos of coke in the trunk of his car, and he got pulled over by one cop. And now he's having to figure out, what the fuck am I going to do? Because he's got me.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so now he's putting it in Nas's mouth, who opposed Jay-Z, and he flipped it. He goes, it doesn't matter. You could do 99 things right. The problem is you could meet the one bad cop, and it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, if it was only one bad cop. Sorry, not the point of this right now.
So he's managing to flip it to make a better social commentary that fits into the structure of what happens later on in the album and in the story.
Where they definitely pull back to that spot later.
While referencing something that a lot of people... referencing his relationship with somebody in the community that a lot of people listening for the hip-hop influences on this album are going to catch, but doing a flip in a way where it's not reigniting a feud, but instead just giving a different context to a potentially similar situation.
Cool. My only problem with Warriors, the one part that I get really stuck in my head, as much as I like the whole thing, is the K-pop gang. How are you?
Oh my
so
God.
Beautiful tonight.
I watched Sisu. We watched the trailer for that on one of our trailer episodes. It was the one with the Finnish
Nazi
guy.
Finnish murder man.
It's amazing. Guys.
Nazi Finnish.
The old Finnish guy killed...
Nazi man.
Yeah, the old Finnish guy is killing a lot of Nazis.
You might not have been here for that one.
I think I missed this one. This doesn't sound at all familiar to me.
He, blows one up with a landmine and shit.
Yeah, probably one of the standout bits of the trailer is they had obviously been firing at something, but not knowing what they were firing at because there's a big cloud of smoke. And then just out of the cloud comes a landmine, and it hits a dude right in the fucking forehead, and he just...
Damn.
So the whole movie's kind of like that, and it's rad as fuck. It's all these things where it's like, this doesn't make sense, but they're doing just enough to be like, I get the reasoning, though, so I'm in.
It's an old Finnish man killing a bunch of Nazis.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like the last couple of weeks of World War II. The Nazi army's just like a bunch of stragglers that are almost even worse because they're just out for themselves, foraging off the land because shit's falling apart.
Yeah, they know they're fucked, so they don't have a single fuck left to give.
Yikes! So they're not giving you a lot of reasons to care about these people being brutally murdered.
And they run into this old Finnish prospector who has a shit ton of gold on him. And it turns out they picked the wrong fight.
Oh, hey.
And he kills a shit ton of Nazis, and it's fucking... I highly recommend it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is not my kind of movie, and I was still tempted to watch it after watching that trailer.
And I think they're about to start filming a sequel.
Sisu 2 Electric Boogaloo?
I'm in. I don't know. They're like... I guess they were hesitant at first, but they're like, I think we got an idea how to, finish off his story.
Sisu the Korean War?
I don't know, man. But,
kill more Nazis, I'm for it.
And then other than that, they dropped the Ode to Castlevania DLC for Vampire Survivors, and I think that's where most of my time at home has gone to now. This DLC has, almost doubled the amount of content in the game for a DLC that's under $4.
It's a great fucking DLC.
That's
I
incredible.
hate it when a DLC is just like, here's 2 more skins.
The progression through the DLC is super satisfying. Like there's an ending that they give you that's kind of amazing. Like really amazing. I was kind of blown away by how fucking cool it was and how rewarding it felt. But there's no like story in between. It's just like when you're looking at your character selection screen, there's these new characters and it's just this kind of logical progression. Like to unlock this one, you have to upgrade this weapon, or you have to defeat the same level with these 2 characters or something. So you just have these little mini goals to work towards to gradually like unlock the web of them.
Oh, fun.
Fuck, it's been amazing so far, and it finally added a vampire into Vampire Survivors because this whole time we hadn't had vampires.
Such a great game. I've played it both on the mobile version and then on Switch, and I haven't played it in the DLC, but it's such a fucking satisfying game. We were talking about how satisfying the loot drops in it are.
Yes, and fucking, not that it was once you knew what you were doing, not that it's a game that's very balanced anyway, but all fucking notions of balance have gone out the window with what some of the bullshit you can do with like the new weapons and power-ups and shit. Like it's pretty often that in a game where you only have 6 weapon slots, unless you're doing bullshit to get more weapons, I'm still ending up with like 9 to 10 fully upgraded weapons, and literally every single like I don't know what they call them, but not the weapons, but the other shit that gives you power up, like the spinach and shit.
I don't recall offhand.
All of it. Fucking easy. Just bullshit. I'm been afraid that I was going to melt my goddamn Xbox. So great.
Yeah, sometimes you get a build that's just built so fucking heavy, and it's like, yep. I feel like yeah, definitely I made my phone chug playing that game, and just like feel like it's starting to go to overheat. I was like, I'm gonna just, I hope I lose at this point.
Even just the new levels fucking dope, because like there's a bunch of marked bosses, so you kind of know where to go to face them, but it's because there's certain doors that you can't open till you've defeated certain bosses. But then the level is fucking gigantic, so they actually include like teleporters to basically save your progress, so that as you move into a new run, you can go back to where you had progressed to the first time through and shit. It's everything they can do to make the type of game Vampire Survivors is feel like the kind of game Castlevania is. And I love it.
Like,
yeah, that's fucking awesome.
I've never played enough of either to know what that means, but I almost get it.
They
I get it as much as I'm gonna.
There are certain rooms for certain bosses where you pass through like certain hallways, and it does flip it so that instead of the top down, you are suddenly side scrolling against the bosses and jumping around just in that room.
All right, that's fucking rad.
That's fun.
That's all I got. That's finally what I.
On the subject of fucking incredibly well designed cheap video games, fucking Stardew Valley. They put out another huge DLC for Stardew Valley. I don't even know how much it is because I've tried to avoid spoilers for it just because I decided I was going to start a new save of it. But $15 for the base game gives you all DLC, and Concerned Ape, the developer who makes it, is like, I'm never going to charge for DLC.
That's killer.
And I was like, man, I love this human.
He's made a lot of money off Stardew Valley.
He's made a lot of money off Stardew Valley, but he has designed it entirely himself.
Oh, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve.
Which is also part of the reason he's made a lot of money, because he's
Yeah.
like, it's on fucking every platform. It's on Switch. It's on mobile. It's on fucking Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, I have a copy of Stardew Valley. Even
this is supposed to be like the last big final update of DLC that he's doing. He's working on several other projects at this point, so he's just like these were things that he came up with while in development and after release of his last big final update. But this is also I think the third last big final update. So who fucking knows? It's very satisfying. I don't know if either of you will understand this, but I chose a foraging farm, and I'm best friends with Linus so far.
Is that the weird homeless man?
Hell yeah!
One of my best friends and my wife are both obsessed with that game, so I've picked up stuff.
And like, there's several people at work are playing it too, so I'm just like talking to them, and then like it's their first time playing it, so it's fun to like do this without like explaining anything, and then just like realizing that unlocks an entire chain of quest lines for them is really great.
I keep meaning to give it a try because I was such a fan of Harvest Moon back in the day, but I just still haven't gotten around to it. Partially because, like Vampire Survivors now.
I fully understand. Especially Vampire Survivors. They occupy the same level of like gameplay loops for me in that like, although that said, I did spend the entirety of my Sunday basically playing it. The only time I stopped playing it was to watch Farscape. But it's basically just like a single day is like less than a half hour in game.
Oh yeah.
And you're just running a farm. You can make friends with people in town. There's a cave you can go fight monsters.
I've done that part.
The fishing minigame is not my favorite, but I'm getting better at it.
It's supposed to be very hard. Most fishing minigames suck ass.
Yeah.
I'm just getting that out there in video games.
Although I still put way too much time even into the shitty ones.
Yes, it's one button, and you basically have to just keep a little bobber in line with a fish, and then just press the button to move the thing up, and then it slowly falls down with like a gravity type situation. It's very complicatedly like confusing, and feels very skill based. Feel button pressing skill based.
Oh my God. I have to mention one other thing about Vampire Survivors real quick, because it did remind me. The most unbalanced thing I've ever seen in the world. I just finally unlocked the character. It's not tied to this latest DLC, but I'd been so curious about it when I'd seen people mention online the gold farming. Guys, I literally made 1 trillion gold in 20 minutes.
Wow.
I never have need for any gold in that game ever again.
You just brought up that game. I was just about to make a joke of like, why the fuck are we all working still, Tyler? But no.
It's fun when you find those exploits. Like, I definitely realized there's a couple things that I can do in Stardew Valley. It's like, well, just do this, keep doing this, and I'll eventually just keep accruing gold that I will not be able to spend because there's just not enough. A lot of Stardew Valley. Watching through The Golden Bachelor with Bachelorette with my partner.
That's Old People Bachelor?
It's definitely the best of the entire franchise in my opinion. Been watching through Shoresy, been watching through some X-Files still. Yeah, that's about it for me. A lot of Marvel Snap. Yeah.
Let's see. As I said, fell back into Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I promise I won't keep bringing up the election, but it really did affect this week so heavily that it's kind of hard to not to.
Dude, I hear that.
The day after the election, I went and got my flu and COVID shot because I just needed to go do something. But that also meant a day and a half feeling like death on the couch. Which actually is great. I was only sick for a day and a half compared to last time. Like, doing good. But that did mean, like, watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine again and playing Breath of the Wild because I needed just something to do without a whole lot of thought required. Breath of the Wild is still one of my all-time favorite games.
I thought of 2 things real quick.
Go for it.
I watched two animated movies. We watched Great Mouse Detective.
Hell yeah.
And The Rescuers.
Hell
Nice.
yeah. I love the first... I mean, I like Rescuers Down Under, but I fucking love the first Rescuers.
Oh, also I watched Werewolf by Night.
How was it?
Fucking great.
Right?
It's really cool. I especially just love fucking Jack and Ted's dynamic together. It is just charming.
CC's starting to get annoyed at me because I yell fucking cowards every time because they never once admit that the werewolf's name is Jack Russell. and they absolutely refuse to call Ted the man thing.
Which is very fucking funny. But those are the other things that I forgot that I ingested over.
Hell yeah.
Werewolf by Night's so good.
Did you watch the black and white version?
Yes. Is there another version?
They released an in color version that I kind of refused to watch.
Weird. That
Were you the
ruins
one
it,
that
in
watched
my
it that
opinion.
said
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Okay.
That kind of I love the reveal at the end.
I mean, it's still a like stylized color. Like it's not
Legit. The fucking needle drop is so good that it still has a lot of the same
Okay, cool.
impact. That was my takeaway, because that was what I was worried about at the end.
It was like that's like such a fucking.
It's such a good
masterstroke.
needle drop that you're just like, it imparts the same feeling, maybe not as much, but nothing else was ruined up to that point
Wait,
either.
where, like
So
Somewhere Over the Rainbow starts playing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
While sick, I finally watched the Super Mario Brothers movie, which I had somehow missed. The new one.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, how is that? I have no intention of watching it. Not for any reason other than I just have no intention of watching it.
I actually would recommend it.
Yeah.
It's-
It's kind of really good. Well, kind of good, kind of really good.
It's way better than it has any right to be. It is legitimately really charming and well done.
Oh, speaking of which, that reminds me of one other thing that I watched. And I know because I texted you both about it. I watched Paddington again. You said charming and delightful to watch.
You were
it.
very excited. The text at like fucking 9:30 at night being like, Paddington is on Peacock.
Paddington's on Peacock.
I almost watched
Indoors
it.
in Paddington.
I almost watched it, and then Vampire Survivors happened.
And the fucking third time through of Shorzy.
Yes.
That'll be the last one. Even if I remember it and anything else. That's all
fine,
you
go
got.
for it. Mario Brothers, like Mario is a series that should not be able to be adapted because Mario is bullshit. And I like Mario games, but like plotline is fucking dumb in those games.
He's a guy that jumps. He's a plumber that
The
jumps.
world building in that game is dumb. Like, and he trying to tell any real cohesive story. No, fuck off. But they did it
Yeah.
in a way that, like, they worked in Mario Kart and it didn't feel stupid.
Yeah. Seth Rogen is an amazing
Good
DK.
Donkey Kong, yeah. And honestly, like, Chris Pratt played a pretty good Mario.
Pretty good. Yeah. And the way that they actually worked in the accents in the beginning, hilarious. Like, great little gag.
And yes, you can tell it's Chris Pratt, but it's not. He puts in the work still. Like, it could have been so easily just Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt, but as Mario. And it wasn't. He actually, like, tried with this character a little bit. He tweaked the voice a bit. He did I don't know, like, it's not fucking Oscar-worthy work, but it was way more than I thought it was going to be when I first heard that Chris Pratt was going to play Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I want a sequel. It was good enough for that.
I legit got a little misty-eyed during Mario's training sequence when I sort of realized, like, oh, this is like the best realized version of all of these actions that I have been doing over the years.
Mm-hmm. See, for me, it was the Mario Kart scene because that's my main connection to Mario. But
Does Sonic show up?
No.
Oh, okay, I'm fine.
But the DK rap is in it.
DK Donkey Kong.
Nice.
Dude, I played so much DK64 back in the day. And then I had apparently pre-ordered the audiobook of the final book in the Wraith Squadron series, Star Wars Wraith Squadron.
Oh.
And that came out, so I just listened to all of that, reread the book, because I'd read it several times when I was younger. Still really good. I immediately moved into the original Thrawn trilogy after that. Like, I think I am back in my defeat fascism with lasers and feelings stage of life, which is not a bad stage of life for me, so...
Yeah. I watched Sisu.
Yeah, no, I'm back on my bullshit, and like, to be honest, kind of a better person when I'm back on my bullshit. So,
But on audiobooks, I'm starting to get antsy for New Dresden. I just want it now.
it comes out soon, doesn't
So
it?
it's going to be within months.
Oh shit. Okay.
By months, still maybe like up to half a year, but
Yeah.
no longer than that.
I'm in the second half of my 30s. 6 months is not nearly as long as it used to be. So, yeah, take a quick break, and then we're back on our defeating fascism with laser guns and feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always a risk when a show gets canceled, and then you are given a, like, 3-hour miniseries, TV movie, or whatever to, like, try and wrap up as many things as possible. But I gotta say, I think Peacekeeper Wars does it better than 90% of the equivalents that I've seen.
It does it really well, almost to the point where I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to say about it, because most of it was like, cool, it just tied a nice little bow on the series.
Yeah, this was just fucking baller.
It really does. Like, they kind of tightly bows up everything that you needed to be tied up. It's just like, this is a really, like, I finished it watching the second half with my partner with Kat, and like, I was like, okay, now I understand why Zach fell in love with this series the way he did, knowing that he watched this first.
And honestly, part 2 might have been the part I watched. I don't remember, but the main thing I remember is fucking Darko. Like,
And this, yeah, I was going to say, watching this made your experience with it and falling in love with it, make just a whole lot more sense. And I was like, oh, also this would have been like watching Serenity before Firefly, which is what I did. So I get it.
I almost did that. The girl I was dating at the time was like, we're not doing that. You're coming to Serenity on Friday, so we have to watch a lot of this right fucking now.
Yeah, no, the girl I was dating's roommates put it on because they had just gotten done watching Firefly.
Oh, hell
And
yeah.
I just showed up.
So fucked. There's just not like, well, have you seen the thing we're watching? No? Well, fuck off, I guess.
That said, I've definitely done it before, especially for this show. Someone came over and I'm like, sorry, man, I have to watch this episode of Res Dogs now. Like, it was the fucking acid episode. I felt so bad.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Mac, I love you.
Oh, Mac is fine. You
Mac-
should have said it was Mac.
He had a great time.
Mac's
That's a
always-
hell of an episode to start on.
Mac, our beloved friend from Noob Island, if you remember that show. But
Mac a sweetie. That's a sweetie that I love.
he's our noob. Anyways, Farscape. So the thing I was watching this time is I was trying to go through and like figure out what season 5 was intended to be originally.
Oh.
Because they really did take, like, from what I understand, here's our plot lines for season 5. What are we gonna, like, pull and drop from this and condense it into this that we can tie up enough?
I feel like Jaffe and the Luxons were definitely going to be a bigger arc of season 5 then.
And
Probably the whole back half.
The whole back half.
Chiana's eyes. which
Gianna's eyes for sure.
I respect that they
But
were
also
like,
at the same time, as much as they had, like, that could have been as easily as how her fucking, like, future vision is utilized throughout the whole series. Of just like, fuck, we need something done here. Chiana's eyes, got it.
just their biggest cheat. It was just Chiana's eyes.
Chiana's eyes reminds me of like whenever in the Chronicles trilogy of Dragonlance, anytime you go between the two books, there's adventures that happen in between, and suddenly you're just like, well, they have this magical mace now, and you're like, they have this magical mace
Cool.
now.
Okay.
I'm not actually judging. I understand that they needed to tie up the plot line of Chiana's blind, and we need her to not be blind for the story we're telling. So, got my eyes back. It's been 60 days, but it's still really funny, particularly if, like, well, one, particularly with the lead up, and then if you haven't seen up to that point, which I had not, and she's like, my eyes are fixed. And I'm like,
Cool.
okay. I I don't know why that matters.
That's even funnier now to decontextualize it, just to understanding where it's coming from. That's fucking hilarious.
Also, let me tell you, the first time that that Harvey shows up as Professor Einstein in the classroom, and I was just like, what is this show? At all, I don't understand.
I also was thinking about it in the end where they do the 2001
Space
Odyssey montage, and I was like, what the fuck, Zach?
I was 15, man.
Had you seen 2001: A Space
I've
Odyssey?
still not seen a 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Well, you should rectify that.
Yeah?
Because it's great.
We should do that for the podcast, maybe.
Yeah, cool, I'm done.
I was actually listening to the blank check on it last night.
Oh.
Zeitgeist.
Ooh. Smoky.
Blank check. Anyway.
So, okay. Farscape ends with John and Aaron being pebbled?
Crystallized and shattered.
Yeah.
But then we
right after having
gotten married
and announced that they were having a baby to each other. Like, his baby was like, all of that was a...
But then this series opens with Moya fucked up, which is not a wild surprise. Moya has a rough goddamn time. And a line from Aaron that is obviously like, oh, this came up somewhere because it's got that like echoey background thing that was so popular in the era. And I turned this on. I was like, did I turn on part 2 accidentally? Like, what is... I don't remember how this starts this way. With Aaron's full, like, suddenly 3's not a scary number. I refuse to...
Right, yeah. You did it, John. All the fighting stopped. There's no more dying. And all of a sudden 3's not such a scary number. No matter how wonderful this is, I will not accept it as a trade-off for losing you.
Claudia Black is such a good fucking actress for someone who is mostly known for B-movie sci-fi.
Yeah, she does an incredible job. Also, fucking Ben Browder really shows his shows what he can do with this, I feel.
Well, he has been so unhinged for most of seasons 3 and 4 that getting married and having a baby and like intergalactic politics coming to a head on his head really seems to have focused him up a little bit here. Like,
he's got some skin in the game.
Mm-hmm. There's Chiana showing up with the new eyes, which somehow didn't bug me too much. I was just like, okay, whatever. She's got new eyes.
It didn't bug me, but I also was just like, oh man. Like...
I thought that just reassembling them from crystallized was kind of lame, but I loved the little joke about Naranti being able to taste the difference.
The one weakness, like my real thing on Peacekeeper Wars, it needed significantly more Naranti than it had.
Yes, I will agree to that. She does kind of just fuck off at a point. And does she even come back after?
Yes. Because she stays with the Eidolons because she's like, I actually know your history, I can teach you.
I know your history better than you.
When they get back to the...
That's questionable at best.
It's Narenti. But when they get back to the water planet later on, she's still with them, and Jothi has given her a gun.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
But there's not much ammo, so it's not loaded.
Okay, so like there was 2 bits that like in the part 1 that I watched, there was like, oh my god, I'm so sad that I'm not watching this with my partner. But like when the bit about Rigel collecting all the pieces from the ocean.
That CGI Rigel is bad.
That CGI Rigel's bad. This Peacekeeper Wars is the most I've enjoyed Rigel.
Yes. Actually, 100% yes.
I like season 4 Rigel later on, like 2, but
basically once he finds out that Pilot likes him, and then he...
That's really what you're right.
It's basically just like, oh shit, I got skin in this game. Someone actually fucking likes me for me?
I like you too, Pilot. Very much. Pilot's being
pet.
Someone call HR right fucking now.
Turning point in him, though, entirely, is when he becomes way more likable and way more invested in actually having people like him. And very much got very good bits out of him throughout this whole thing. I want you to name them after me. Only if it's a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking slayed me. But him being pregnant with their baby, that's the whole that bit with like
That's actually really good. I'm like,
that
all
reveal.
right.
I was like, fuck me. I'm so mad that I'm not watching this with Kat because I don't know how to explain this whole concept to her.
I miss the baby.
And like throughout the rest of the movie, that whole bit is great. The exchange.
Somehow, for technically being closer to the length of like 4 episodes, it felt just kind of more like a normal 2-parter with higher stakes.
Well, it's part of it is Farscape has always been
I agree with that.
so. It is so hard to tell how long an episode of Farscape is just by watching it. I mean, I know they're all like 47 minutes or whatever the fucking is, but like you'll finish an episode and you're like, that's been less than an hour?
Or like, how was that not 3 hours?
Yeah, exactly. Like, so we finally get 3 hours and you're like, yeah, that feels about right.
Okay, yeah. You could have just been doing that the whole time then. Probably, yeah, sweet.
It did kind of just feel almost like half a season, but only the important parts.
That's a good description of it.
It felt like, and this is something that I talked about with Zach before I had actually watched it. We talked about it, about how, I forget how we got it, but basically it feels like there's less filler.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I still enjoy the filler of the rest of the season.
We've talked about it 100 times on General Nerdery. Like, filler is becoming a lost art because filler is just written off as like automatically a bad thing. And yes, there's plenty of really shitty filler in television.
Yes,
but
and like anime especially, there's a lot of useless filler.
if you're doing an 80-episode filler arc, you've gone too far.
But like the filler episodes of Farscape were utilized in ways where it's like, okay, so we're going to give you an episode that's like, the filler here is to facilitate the rest of the episode, but it's also to give us an excuse to have this few things happen. Like, specifically, like, when they had the, I forget the episode.
The Spider Lady.
The Spider Lady, just recently, yeah. When, like, it's like, okay, so, like, this is, like, the most just, like, generic Monster of the Week episode you guys do all the time. But, like, it puts John and Aaron in a place where they can actually talk about their feelings in a way that you wouldn't normally.
Mm-hmm. Because it's run-of-the-mill, you have time to do other things.
Exactly.
And then also that one was just really well done because it's let's fuck with their emotions in ways that force them to like confront aspects about themselves and each other.
Yeah, filler can be really good. And like, I'm watching through the X-Files right now. There's some filler episodes of the X-File that are really fucking good, but there's also some very bad filler episodes. There's also some fun bad ones, but
I mean, the other thing this all reminded me of, and I know you guys haven't played it, but it reminds me of Mass Effect 3, where just even gameplay-wise, it is the most action and less RPG of the entire franchise, but it's kind of what they needed to do to make the story feel the way it's supposed to feel.
Yeah, it's time to be go time now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, honestly, this show does that from the start. Like, because Scorpius just starts a war in the middle of it. Just like, I am done fucking around.
you sent me here to die, so I will fucking die.
And then ditch everyone immediately, except for poor fucking Braca.
Braca's little fucking Van Dyke mustache built bullshit fucking delighted me. I can never remember her name, but Sakozu. I both
she's
love.
hot now in the new
I
look.
both love and hate her new look. It's like, oh wow, you look great, but fuck me, it's like you are very much trying to please Scorpius, and I don't care for that bullshit.
100%.
If this was just your look from the beginning, I'd be liking it more.
I wish you had this look the whole time.
It's the early 2000s bad girl look, and it's now that she has gone to the Scorpius side, like full on officially, she's the bad girl now.
It's also kind of like 80s futuristic punk, but aimed towards teens.
Yeah, 100%. Everything I was into when I was, 16.
That feels a little Blade Runner-y.
A little Shadowrunny.
Oh,
God, I love Shadowrun so much. Let's just talk about Sakozu here, because honestly, like, she's not a huge part of this storyline. And she has one scene that I find really interesting, and then one scene, like, her end bit is fucking weird here.
Her reveal that she's the traitor was the most, like, oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Sure.
I was gonna say you said that like basically they took their plans and pared it down, and we got this, like I said, equivalent to about 4 episodes worth. I feel like if we had time, that might have all landed better. But I also had the same feeling. I was like, oh, okay.
It fits, it works, but the idea that she's a Scaran spy when they've built up over the previous season that she was a rebel against the Scarans, the idea that she would just believe them, that they would set her people free over this, doesn't make any sense. And I think, like, if there had been a whole season, we would have needed a moment to show what they did to convince her.
Right.
Because the shift from secretly a Scaran rebel or anti-Scaran rebel to Scaran spy.
Anti-Scaran rebel who's like genetically modified to kill them.
Yeah. That was weird. And
I didn't even put any of this
together.
together until just now. I forgot about it. I was just like, oh yeah, she's a traitor. She just does whatever she's doing to like.
It almost felt like it was rewritten to fit a plot point as opposed to like an actual plan for Sakozu's character, which I get it. It happens particularly when you're suddenly on a time frame. But it was bummer. Also, hey, there's this huge war going on and we're going to pause for kinky sex right now. And I was like, Sakozu, would you focus the fuck up?
I do also feel like in a full season, all of the bits with Einstein would be... I think it would have been a season where every other episode John was talking to Einstein.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I love Einstein, though. Like, the whole classic Men in Black.
But those all seem short and truncated. And it's just like, cool, time to do this, time to do that. And done.
Oh, but the bit I was going to say that actually really fits with Sakozu's character and does show that they still had some like thoughts of who this one was, is the very brief conversation she has with Aaron, where she's just like, why the fuck are you lowering yourself to Crichton? You know, I get it. I thought that I was better in Scorpius till I realized Scorpius is better than me.
I was like, ooh,
And like
Sakozu girl.
It 100% fits
No.
her, like how she views the universe, that there's like a literal hierarchy, but also like, god damn girl. And it gave Aaron that nice bit of we're equals, which I mean, it was a little on the nose, but also we've watched Aaron over the course of this series go from like, you are an idiot that is poorly designed mentally, emotionally, and biologically, to this is my human, we're equals. Like this is my John.
Well, and Crichton's also legitimately become kind of a badass in the setting.
Yeah.
I do appreciate, though, it would have been so easy because this crew has become hella capable, and I really appreciate that, like, they let them be as cool as they are. Even if it's kind of over the top of now we're, like, busting out of here, just shooting everyone at the end. But, like, every plan they have still immediately goes wrong. And it really drives that home in Peacekeeper Wars because they don't have an episode or two between every plan going wrong. So the plan falls apart literally every 15 minutes, like, on the dot in the first episode.
It did something that, I guess it reminded me of some of the better Vader comics, where I felt like those did such a good job of showing why he can't just do it all himself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing. It's like, cool, like, they're all, like, legit badasses now. The crew is kind of legendary across at least this corner of the galaxy.
And deserved.
But it's still just the crew of one ship, and
That has no guns.
And they can't fight an entire war themselves. Because if they could, they would.
Oh, they would definitely do that. And multiple times, without even thinking about it. They'd accidentally fight a war if they could do that.
So the plot line here is like the actual plans and plots are sci-fi nonsense. But it does sort of tie together some of the bits of things they've been hinting at. We meet the Eidolons. We had seen them before. They were the species that got, like, locked away in time at the beginning of season 4. That very weird.
Yeah,
the ones that
Jewel stayed with. That was also hilarious. Oh my god, I was not expecting Jewel to be that horny from the jump. But
For Crichton.
Yeah, that was, like... Why?
So,
I missed that bit.
There's actually a lot of, like, discussion online. It's never really been explained. Jewel has gone feral jungle girl, which I kind of love her as, like...
I like
Rima,
it better.
Queen of the Jungle.
I love it better than, like, Valley Girl, who's, like...
Scientist Valley Girl?
Scientist Valley Girl?
But making out with Crichton, one rumor is literally that was supposed to be Dargo, but the actor wasn't available that day. I don't think that makes any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
But
I think that makes more sense.
They
really wanted to do that bit of Aaron walking in on that.
That's literally all I can think of.
And it wasn't even well done.
And yeah. I hope that's not the case. But also at the same time, I don't get it either.
They probably could have just cut that entirely and went with another sequence from whatever else they cut.
She doesn't even have to make out with him. Just show up, beat the shit out of him, knife to his throat. He goes, Jewel! And then, like, you hear, like, a click of the gun or something. She looks up, and there's... You could have just cut out the make-out part and changed nothing.
You know what? Horny puppet show.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
We forgot for a moment there. And I think it was also them. It was like, shit, we're not horny enough.
Well, and it's like...
Throw something in horny.
Chiana's dick jokes about the Eidolon.
Yeah,
eyes.
That was good.
That was so good.
You know, now that you say that, you could have done literally the same scene with Dargo and Chiana and changed nothing other than maybe have Chiana be like, well, talk to us later. And, like, you know.
The dick jokes are kind of funny.
Yes.
Especially because that middle eye kind of just looked like a flaccid dick. Just, like, chilling there on, like, a ball sack.
Last thought on Jewel. Jewel kind of has to hold the stupid ball a little bit. She's like, my place is here. And like, literally all of you will die. You know, they don't know this. I get it. The other Scaran, or the other Eidolons have been gone for so long that they don't understand what the Scarans will all murder you. Jewel does. She's been around Scarans too much to not understand.
Well, and the goodbye is also one of the heaviest foreshadowing lines in the entire series. You always make the best mistakes.
Yikes. I forgot about that bit.
Yeah, but it foreshadows to like 3 minutes from now.
If that. It's like a minute and a half.
Like it's right then. Like I think they peace out because the thing shows up and it was like,
yeah, they're leaving because it shows up, and then she's like, "We are not armed. We are safe to visit. Come, please come." Boom, dead. I'm like, oh my god, Jewel's dead. And you're like,
yeah, she didn't want to be here that much.
And like, oh, we found out these are Eidolons. They can make peace. Literally. Here, let's take these Eidolons to the other Eidolons so they can learn peace stuff. Whoops, that went wrong. Okay, we'll take the old guy Eidolon to come take care of stuff. Whoops, he's dead now. Like, every plan goes.
Fuck me,
so
Stark is so
bad.
insufferable than this.
Stark is so insufferable, but I like how useful he finally is.
See, I like Stark. I'm sorry. I like Stark, and I like Stark in this one. And I get it. Stark just took in way more information that he was supposed to take, and he did not do it willingly. Like,
yeah,
he's crying.
Yeah, I get it. It was too much for me, personally.
That's fair. Neither of you have liked Stark, so you're not going to like him in this one. Cece and I love Starks, we were like, fuck yeah.
And I'll tolerate Rigel now.
You'll tolerate Rigel. Stark
He still should have been kicked off before I got to the point of tolerating him.
Jesus Christ. Like, he should not have lasted past season 1.
The other bit that he did that I found very funny was, I still think he has my nose.
Yeah.
Hawking up the ring.
Oh, that was a good bit, too.
Rigel's really the, like, background utility player of this, because I also enjoy, like, the biggest black hole ever made, that would be a death worthy of a Dominar.
Other bit that I enjoyed was the multiple weddings.
I think what we just need now is like a reboot of the series where real time has passed and we have the adventures of Dargo and Jothi.
Oh, yeah, young Dargo.
Yeah,
Dargo.
little D.
Dargo soon.
But that said, that means we'll have to see Jothi again.
This is the least contemptible Jothi's ever been.
This is the least contemptible Jothi, but probably the most offensive on the eyes Jothi.
I liked this a little bit more. Well, no, I had mixed feelings about it.
Although his like uniform that he wears for most of it, that is like the really baggy.
The uniform is what bugged me more than anything else because it made his head look super giant again.
No, the beard, the weird puby-looking beard.
I knew we were gonna just spend like a few minutes hating on Jothi.
He looks. I feel like they just still had to make him look somewhat young, and he shows promise for looking like a badass when he gets older.
Yeah, when he gets Dargo's age, but
he does get better with age. He could age into a good-looking Luxon, but fuck me, is he fucking hideous as a teenager.
Well, I feel like they've already dropped hints, too, that the kid is going to be badass because he's almost for sure going to inherit some of Aaron's fucking, like, badassness.
And and Crichton's absolute insanity?
Yeah. Well, and, like, not just Sabate, but, like, she was, like, warrior cast. And so she had other, like, genetic upgrades, so...
That was the other thing that I thought was a really fun moment, but I was like, man, you really needed to, like, fit in this plot point to wrap up part of a storyline. When she finds out that it turns out Sebaceans were picked by the Eidolons, they were just like, we grabbed some humans to make a defender people, and the reason they're called Peacekeepers is they were literally our guards, but when we disappeared, they were like, well, we have to keep the peace, but we only know one way of doing it. Like, the amount of background that they dropped in one single sentence and just moved on from because they did not have time.
It was so fucking quick. I missed the first part that they took humans for that.
They said, like, we found you on, like, some little-known planet on the corner of the galaxy. Like, they never say humans, but it's humans.
It's heavily implied, yeah.
Oh, fuck me. I missed that entirely. Holy shit. Okay. Fuck. Also, the Swamp Thing bit was very funny. They make a joke about how John nearly gets killed by Swamp Thing, and like Aaron then returns with like, but that doesn't sound bad.
Oh, he says creature from the Black Lagoon.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, everyone's swimming with the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Those are wildly different things.
Yeah, very.
Wildly different things. And then she's made it sound like she wants to fuck the creature from the Black Lagoon. Which was like, okay, this all tracks. It's just everybody
dig fishmen seems to be the lesson from all fishmen shows.
I think it's just fisherman propaganda.
Dude, the fishmen made no sense in that episode, but fuck, that was some of the best prosthetics they did.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. It held up.
I have tried a couple of times now, I'm realizing, to explain what happens in this season, and you can't. Not season, episodes. Like, unless you've watched all of Farscape and then you watch this, you're like, all of this makes sense. But the moment I'm trying to explain it...
Scorpius starts a war between the Sebaceans and the Scarans.
And
they're still trying to get the wormhole technology. Crichton's real-life wife is pregnant with a baby.
I love that the actress was clearly pregnant and they just had to roll with it.
They're like, all right, she's pregnant.
There was no no reason.
Who's just like, well, fuck it, we're gonna go down with the ship, I guess.
She is so ready until the final line to just die at a moment's notice. She's super into it.
And then the Scarens want the wormhole technology, so they're trying to get a wormhole weapon. And basically, Crichton's like, I can't do that for you until he can. And then he does. And then the reason he can't is because you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And then he undoes it. But then Einstein makes it so he can't.
It's like everybody saw the world's first nuke test and instead went, oh, no, that's a really bad idea. Let's not do these.
Yeah, right.
Oh, shit, that's bad. That's bad. We shouldn't do that.
So part 2, kind of the stuff, it's kind of second half on. First off,
And Rigel's pregnant.
I don't know
That's
if
the whole
I've
thing.
ever seen Cece laugh as hard as she did during the entire baby delivery bit. Because that is one of the most nonsense, and like, they do a lot of things to try to write it off, but that's one of the most nonsense baby deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, Gianna needs to turn the baby, and she's just kind of like pushing the belly, and you're like, I don't think that's how you do that.
I'm pretty sure that's not. I'm pretty sure that's not right at all. But also,
But also Sebastian, so maybe?
Yeah, they're really leaning on like, well, I'm genetically engineered to just pop this fucker out as quick as possible.
I was already only pregnant for like a week and a half, guys.
Not even in this case.
and like the bit that like she's really pissed that like humans have such like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? What's wrong with this guy?
Well, and Cece points out they have to like cut open Erin's pants, which means that she just does the last quarter of this movie with her vagine just hanging out in the wind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
badass warrior cast.
I love it. It's funny though. Like,
Freshly
will
baby
live in
released.
peace or not at all. Also, can someone please turn off the air conditioning? Like,
Fuck me, that water birth scene was fucking like, I was like, holy shit, you guys went for this. You really dialed it up to 11 for
I am
this scene.
sure they pushed that absolutely as far as you could and still put that on the Sci-Fi Channel. Even if the way they did that was just, now smoky water comes out, and that's clearly amniotic fluid or something. Like,
I have to look it up, but like both episodes like said something about Hallmark Entertainment.
Yeah.
When I watched it, and I'm like, that Hallmark?
Hallmark owned Sci-Fi Channel, I think.
Really?
Hallmark's a huge company. I could be wrong on that. They asked the actress who played Zan to be in this.
Mm.
They asked her, she turned it down because she didn't want to go through the stress of having her kidneys fail again. Because, like...
I guess.
Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense. But I just keep thinking, like, where the fuck would you put her in this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I get it. I also want Zan back, but, like, what the process would be of we have to bring Zan back to life and then add another plot line to give Zan shit to do across this?
Yeah, short of just having her show up in the end of being like, hey, I'm back.
Dargo, they fixed my eyes. And Zan!
And we brought Zan back from the dead.
Look, we brought Grunchlick back. This is fine.
Fuck, Grunchlick.
Yeah, Grunchlick.
They just needed an unreliable motherfucker. And they're like, well, he was gross.
To be a red herring, but also not at the same time.
But also it's awesome because it's fucking
A
Morton Joe.
I always forget that bit. That's so fucking cool.
It's so fucking cool that it's a Morton Joe.
And the diagnosin makeup prosthetics is so good
pretty
that,
fucking
like,
cool.
I'll put up with Grunchlick for it. I'm going to talk about Dargo in this one.
Yeah.
His fate was something I had accidentally had spoiled for me when I was trying to look up something
Okay.
for one of the
I had
earlier
tried not to
seasons.
spoil it for either of you, but I'm sorry if I did.
And it wasn't spoiled for me. It really fucking hit me hard. I was not expecting it. It was like, oh no, Dargo. Oh no, Dargo.
Go away. I want to talk to Gianna.
That was so fucking
It's-
good.
It is. I love that scene. I mean, I wish Erin had, like, even just said the words goodbye to him.
Mm-hmm.
But like the whole, I don't know, the whole bit so perfectly encapsulated who Dargo was, and like his relationship with John, where it was both really heartfelt and they made fun of each other and made each other laugh. Like, was they navigated that really well. And what
You
is
tell him who daddy is or whatever.
and they fucking pulled back the Dargo daddy joke again and make me cry with it. Like,
Same.
I also love that Dargo clearly still does not get why John is always just like, you tell him who daddy is.
Yeah.
Although, still, the best one is in the Lops one. You tell him who daddy is, Dargo. I'm daddy.
He is daddy.
Then as dying, I'm daddy. And you're like, well, he did say John would tell, he did tell John he'd say that, so.
Yeah, I didn't full on cry at that, but I did get misty eyed at that, and then Jothi being given the blade.
That was good.
Jothi being given the blade was good, but also Dargo being named Dargo.
Yeah, and that at that a little bit.
That's it.
Although I kind of knew that was coming, I was like, oh, okay, no, you still got me though.
It was hokey, but it also, like, lined up. Like, it fit. It would have been weird if they were like, and your name is Jack.
I like the name Dargo's son Crichton.
That is a good
Yeah.
name.
I was like, oh, it somehow feels like Odin's son kind of feels to it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ooh, I like that.
There's a moment where the wormhole weapon has been made. Pilot in his weird voice, because they changed Pilot's voice slightly for this.
So I actually just saw something about that.
Yeah, did they
There
explain
was
why?
Yeah, so what happened was there was a change in personnel in who was doing the audio editing, and they literally lost the settings for the filters.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh,
So they just had to go from scratch and get as close as they could.
and they just didn't quite stick the landing. Oh no!
That I've had to do that. Not that late game, but fuck.
That's so funny though.
Aaron's voice is actually a little bit deeper too.
Yeah, but not nearly
No.
as noticeable. But like, okay, what I was saying is, Pilot and his weird voice have made the wormhole weapon. Crichton's having his like, I don't know if I want to deal with this. Aaron's having the like, is it worse than Dargo dying in the mud? And I was like, yeah, it fucking is, Aaron. Like, it just
Like I understand these are all bad things, Aaron, but like at the same time,
in fairness, she don't know that. But where Chiana does the like, kill them all and make it hurt, which I thought was perfectly in character. I'm not knocking that. But it was really interesting that Rigel was the one to be like, back off, Chiana, like, stand up.
chill off.
And I get it, there was no more time for it, but I kind of, like, there was something so interesting about that, and I wanted more right there. Because, again, Rigel is the fucking utility player of Peacekeeper Wars. Like,
Yeah, he's the most likable he is in the entire series in Peacekeeper Wars. That like, there's so many bits that are just like, oh, nice, it's fun. This is fun, Rigel.
it explains why I've always been so much more patient with Rigel than you guys have been.
It definitely does.
Because this is the Rigel I was introduced to.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense.
Also, the puppetry is still just real fucking good. So, John and Scorpius with the, like, say please, say pretty please. I don't know. It's one of the first things I think of when I think of Scorpius. And I don't know if it's just because it's, this was my early introduction, or if I just think it's one of Scorpius's best scenes. But there is something so good about that, and well done with the two, because the wormhole weapon itself is pretty fucking goofy looking.
Yes.
It very much reminded me of something out of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Like something that like a Dalek would have for some reason.
Well, and Crichton having to, like, pull it closed, and it looks like it's made out of, plywood.
It did not look expensive. I felt like we can make one of those.
Yeah, we are running out of time and money here, and we have to make a bunch more scaring ships in CGI.
That you brought up a thing about Scorpius. It brought me to a point that I've realized was very odd for me. Like his reaction during this, like the end scene, where like, well, not the end scene exactly, but like when they're signing the peace treaties at the end.
Oh, he seemed like he had some plans.
And he's just like devilishly smiling. He's just like, oh, yes, I'm going to come to this later. And there's like, what the fuck, Scorpius? This doesn't seem that great for you in general.
There's a part of me that kind of doesn't like the fact that they wanted the peace treaty to be really real by doing it under the surveillance of the Eidolons, who are literally affecting their emotions and bringing out the peaceful tendencies. And I'm like, that's like, I can't enter into a contract on drugs.
Yeah, there's some ethical questions there.
And the way they set it up too was a little bit weird. It seems like the Eidolon was just like fucking a little bit of like a con man kind of energy of just like, but like never disagreeing with anything they're saying. It's just like, yeah, no, that sounds like very reasonable, very very yes Andy, but also at the same time it's just like, but this
The Eidolons are just really good cold readers.
And they've got that nice purple ray. So
Yeah.
That's exactly the vibe I was feeling.
Well, it's a thing, like, you know, how do you do that? How do you portray a species that is genetically predisposed to creating peace?
Yeah.
And I guess like part of it is they're so like it feels conman, but partly because we're so like ready to not trust just as a culture and you know, with good reason. But like that
So
having
like,
someone
look at
that's
my little eye dick.
yeah, someone with their little eye dick legitimately being like, yes, you're right. That would be a good way to make peace. This is what we're working on. And not just being like, no, shut up, scaring man. Like,
Also, the implication is kind of that the eye dicks are what's glowing in there, right?
I believe so, yes.
I believe so, yes. I didn't think of them as an eye dick. It very much reminded me of the open mandibles from Blade 2.
Oh.
No, but I'm not going to stop saying eye dick now, unfortunately.
But no, that is the accepted lexicon.
Nomenclature.
Yeah, we do, that's what we say now, the eye dick.
It does vibrate.
The Eidolons' eye dicks.
The Eidolons' eye dicks. The long dong
The
Eidolons.
Eidolons.
Or the not long dong Eidolons.
Something like that.
The final bit with the black hole and growing and like them putting like literally, fuck it, y'all make peace and stop destroying the world or we'll just die. Fucking try us. You've driven us to this point. Is so good that I keep trying to find something to say about it, but I don't have it. All I keep coming to is just, this shit's really fucking good.
It's really fucking good, but also at the same time, it's like, John, there's a, like, that black hole's going to get exponentially bigger. And as far as I understand, it's going to just keep getting bigger. Does it stop?
Well, black holes at some point do collapse in on themselves, so it would destroy a huge part of the unknown regions, causing not unknown regions. That's Star Wars.
Where they were at.
Yeah.
And they wasn't quite sure how big.
Uncharted territories.
There it is.
And they weren't sure how big because one had never been made like this before.
But like it would get real big. It would destroy multiple civilizations. John's ghost would be haunted forever because he was already haunted by the number of deaths that he that he caused. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
it made sense, but also like, John, buddy, calm it down.
Yeah, but it also feels like he very much hit a breaking point of like, you guys don't fucking get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a weapon. I can't make you a weapon.
No, this whole series is secretly an argument against the concept of mutually assured destruction,
yeah.
which is kind of fucking great. But
Yeah.
We've mentioned a few times over the course of these different episodes that sort of this was the setup for Sci-Fi then doing Battlestar Galactica. I mean, in a big way, it was what convinced them that, like, oh no, there's good reason to spend money on long-form storytelling in sci-fi. So
we can still make Warehouse 13 at the same time and have fun. But
God.
So
I forgot about Warehouse 13 for a moment, and now I would love it.
Good.
So good.
this episode, the finale,
Yeah.
debuted, or the finale aired on the same night that Battlestar Galactica as a regular series debuted.
What a night of television for the Sci-Fi Channel. Fuck's sake.
Which also, that episode is amazing. 33 is fantastic. We've talked about it a little bit on air. We are not covering all of Battlestar Galactica. We would have to turn into a Battlestar Galactica podcast.
We would just have to do like an episode kind of.
But at some point, we are going to watch 33. It is fantastic.
That's the other reason we can't do Smallville podcast episodes. I've tried. I just recently tried looking at it.
I'm not.
Unless we restrict it to just season 1, it's so impossible to choose just like top rated episodes because they get so mythos fucking heavy throughout the entire series.
That's true.
Which
Maybe
might make it even more fun.
Yeah, okay, on one hand, yes, because then you could be like, what the fuck is this? And I'll be like, all right, let's see if I can do this. It's been a while. Also could be fun just to, I kind of want to do the 3 lowest rated episodes.
That would also be fucking fun.
Those are going to be bad.
Those might be the best episodes in all honesty.
I bet you the fat-sucking girl is going to be in that one.
That one's-
Amy Adams.
That one might be in
Wow.
it, but that Amy Adams might get it rated higher just because of how fucking bad it is. And Amy Adams being in it.
Amy Adams eats kryptonite-infused vegetables, and it turns her into a fat-sucking monster.
Because she's obsessed with becoming thin.
So she eats fats.
Well, she eats irradiated vegetables in like a diet
Sure,
smoothie.
but like it was on the scale. It is somehow worse logic than the guy got trapped in the sauna that was using kryptonite for the sauna rocks, and that gave him fire powers. That's episode 2. We watched that episode.
Yes, we
Season
did.
1 is fucking
I know.
great with the Monster of the Week.
We watched it.
We're so far off track now, but if we were to do Smallville the way we did Farscape, it would be 20 episodes. We are not doing that.
20 episodes of a series that I'm pretty sure also was sticking to the 22 episode format.
With the exception of season 7 because the writer's strike happened.
So it'd probably be, is it 10 seasons or 20 seasons?
10 seasons.
Oh, it's 20 fucking episodes. Holy shit.
Because it'd be half and half.
And that'd be years. No, thank you.
Yeah, that'd be like a year worth of TV. Just small. Nope.
I'm good. We're good.
We're good.
That'd be worse than doing Arrow.
Listeners, you just heard us talk through some behind the scenes stuff that now you know how the sausage is made.
This would be fun, but no.
No.
Do we have anything else on Farscape?
I'm really glad I watched it. I wouldn't have watched this had you not recommended it. It's really fucking good.
Yeah, I'm also really glad I watched it.
I'm
really glad it's over.
I'm glad that we can watch other things.
It's not a show I'll be going back to anytime soon, but probably historically 5 to 10 years from now, I'll be like, it's time to watch Farscape again.
I think that's the thing. Like, as glad as I am to have watched it, it's not something I really plan on rewatching at any time in the future.
I feel like I would,
and
rewatch
which is why
episodes.
I'm kind of glad it's over.
It's hard to rewatch episodes. That's the thing I've learned.
Yeah.
Just because it's so intricate. And it's, as we've talked about to death, this is a series that has no problems not spelling things out for you, which means if you just pick a random episode, particularly if it's been a minute, it can be confusing.
Yeah. But there are some standout episodes that I think I would go back to just because they're fucking fun standalone episodes. Like the 3 Crichtons.
The early season ones do have some great
and then
one-offs that you don't really need
even
more.
John Quixote, the fucking video game one, is fucking weird enough that I would be down over for just come back to that one, I feel.
And
there's definitely some I would be willing to go back to. I just don't think I'm going to.
As much as I don't like it, Jeremiah Crichton works as a pretty good standalone episode.
Are we going to announce what we're doing next time, or is
Yeah.
that taboo and forbidden because of how much it always tends to fuck us?
Next time, we are...
Tremors, the TV show.
Oh my god, we should do that, but we're not gonna, because we've been doing nothing but stuff that we've watched lately. We are going to do the first two physical volumes of The Immortal Thor by Al Ewing. We did his Immortal Hulk series, or some of it, way back, and Immortal Thor is so fucking good. I've only read the first 3 issues. It is going to be, if you're not reading the physical copies and it's on Marvel Unlimited, the first 10 issues of Immortal Thor and Roxxon Presents Thor, which is a standalone weird fucking thing. I'll text it to you, don't worry. But it is...
Does that have the Minotaur in it?
Dario Agger.
Yes.
I've read some of this.
Yep. It's so fucking good. But that's next time. It's also very different. Part of the reason why we chose it. But in the meantime, we're your generals of nerdery. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
Dismissed.
Hi, everybody. General Tyler here. If you like the show, please hit subscribe however you're listening to us right now. Also, if you could rate and review us however you're listening to us right now, or preferably over at Apple Podcasts, we would super appreciate it, as the whole world is ran on algorithms, and we want to be all up in them, getting our voice out to more places. Also, tell your friends. We always appreciate that. If you want to get in contact with us, ask us questions, give us comments, email us, generalnerderypod@gmail.com. You can also contact us through our website, www.generalnerdcast.com. While you're there, check out all of our back catalog, or click the links up at the top, as we are part of the Earworm Podcast Network. Go check out all of our sister shows. We're involved with most of them, so if you already like listening to us talk, it might be in your best interest. And if you want to check out everything from the network, head over to earworm.com, EARVVYRM.com. We'd super appreciate it. Love you all. Have a good one.